This is at an isolated part of the Ross Ice Shelf in Antarctica in the year 1999. Settled inside a tiny, tightly packed survival capsule with basic amenities are a husband and wife scientific team, Stella played by Kate Pryor and John played by Simon Vincent. Stella's here to observe breeding patterns among emperor penguins, and John's keeping an eye on climate change. This is the entire set at the Herald Theatre in Auckland for the new play, Heat, by Wellington playwright Lynda Chanwai-Earle.
I was inspired by the landscape, by the stories that I've heard about Antarctica, and I thought, what better setting to place this couple who already have a dysfunctional relationship and put them in an extreme situation where they're having to survive for 12 months on the ice in a survival capsule, in a hut, in a tiny little hut, marooned out by an emperor penguin colony.
A lot of Lynda's research involved talking to people such as scientists and doctors who had lived and worked in Antarctica, including Garrett Farr, who composed the music for the play.
These people came and helped workshop with the actors and talk to the actors about their work during the rehearsals for Heat. So, you know, I'm really privileged in terms of the material that's gone in behind this play, the people that have, you know, helped out.
Stupid! Go on! You're not...
Heat is a contemporary piece of theatre, and the storyline is simple. Stella and John are struggling to maintain a failing relationship, and the fragile world is blown apart when a sick penguin they name Bob wanders into their tiny hut.
It touches on issues about global warming, about the fragility of the Antarctic environment, but it's not an eco-rant. This is definitely a piece from the heart. This is about the frailty of human relationships and our relationship with other creatures in the world.
The play reflects concerns about the environment through its unique design. Unlike other conventional plays, the play uses self-sustainable energy means. Behind me are the solar panels and wind turbine to power off the lighting, sound and electronics for the play.
Wind turbines not doing anything at all in Auckland, where it's great in Wellington, but the solar panels are loving the weather here. I was just checking before, we were actually getting a little bit of charge off the reflection off the Sky Tower this afternoon, off the windows. But it really works as well because all the equipment in the theatre is so efficient that we hardly require any power at all. I mean, we're using most of the time, about what 4 or 5 laptops would charge off. It's a fraction, it's around 1% of what a normal theatre production would use.
And we're terribly proud of our production because we're the first that we know of that are crazy enough in this world to actually power a theatre piece inside a theatre venue completely off the grid.
Lynda was also fortunate to get some of the props for the play loaned to her by Antarctic New Zealand, the organisation which manages the Scott-based research station in Antarctica.
Things like the food boxes, first aid kits, the VHF radio, all the clothing are real things that are used by scientists down in Scott Base. And of course this is set in 1999, 2000, so all the equipment and clothing is what people used in that time.
Lynda says that she was also fortunate to get Victoria University lecturer in theatre, David O'Donnell, to come on board as director and push the boundaries with the actors.
I'm very familiar with Lynda's past plays. I teach one of her plays, Gatsu, and the students respond very enthusiastically to that play. I love Lynda's work because it's so poetic, it's so visceral, it's so edgy, and so I jumped at the chance of directing Heat, which is set in an extreme place. It's an extreme environment for the characters, and they're pushed to extremes by the script. It's a very messy play. It's hugely challenging for the stage manager. There's a huge number of realistic props. We give you the feeling that we really are living in this hut and living and breathing this adventure with this couple and this penguin through the play.
We're trying to talk about the frailty of human life, of relationships, set against the vast, beautiful, indifferent environment that is Antarctica, which is Antarctica being our global thermometer and our definite warning signs into awareness of conservation, of where we need to go to protect this really fragile planet.
The play is on a national tour. Check this website for details.
Well, that's all we've got for you this week on Asia Down Under. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget you can write to us on our address at the TVNZ website. See you next week, same time. This programme was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.